Hey there, do any of you remember my short? Not the bloopers one, but the one about the Dapple Forest, the one where I made blasphemous claims that the Dapple Forest was too orange and the ground looked like a bag of Cheetos? Do you remember that one? Yeah, so this is the follow-up video for that, where instead of just rating the Dapple Forest, I rate the entire fall drop in all of its glory. If that interests you, please join me as we go over each feature dropped in this update and what I think of it. I'm Cascadio4, you can call me Cass, and with all that out of the way, let's get on to the rating. I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone. You see this giant ranking board behind me? Yep, this is what we're going to be ranking all the features on. Doesn't it look snazzy? I think I threw this together in about 20 minutes. Would have been 10 if I didn't have to make all those banners you see back there. I think it looks quite nice and should be sufficient to what we are wanting to achieve in this video. So I'll take a good look at it. You can see A and B are the same color because there's no different shades of red or orange in this game. Hope it won't be too confusing. Alright, so the first item on the list is going to be the Dappled Forest, which I'm putting first because I already rated. You may remember my short, which is the whole reason why I made this video, what I thought about it, and we'll just go a little more in depth here, unscripted, so we'll see how this goes. So like I said, I thought the ground of the Dappled Forest was overall really orange, and I kind of thought the whole biome was like very saturated in a way. I don't know, the colors look weird to me, but like I said, that could be because I'm so used to biomods and they're more brighter and warmer color palettes for their autumn biomes. It's probably something I'll just get used to. Aside from color palette, something about the forest does feel a little empty. It feels like it's missing something. Like, sure, we got the logs, the fallen logs, we got the mushrooms, we got some foliage, but I don't know, it's almost like we need an animal or something, some kind of creature, or even just more plants, or maybe even ambience, if that were to be such a thing in Minecraft, to add to it, because it seems like there's something missing, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. And I'm really missing the fact that I don't have zoom on this instance of Minecraft. Overall, seems like a nice biome, and one that definitely adds to the game. I just can't help but feel like there's something a little off about it. And since it's still in developmental stages, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and see what happens with it. For its actual ranking in the short, I gave it a 7 out of 10, which I think, let me get sapling, counts as a A tier. So this is our first A tier item. The Dapple Forest as a whole, I think, is a A tier item. A great biome, great concept, really cool idea. It's just missing something, and also the colors are weird to me. For this section, I have set up a demonstration of what exactly I'm talking about, which is the poplar tree and its wood. Of course, it wouldn't be a new biome without some kind of new wood type, or at least I should hope that a new biome would come with a new wood type, and Minecraft really didn't disappoint with its poplar wood, with its poplar tree and the subsequent poplar wood. This is definitely a very unique tree in my opinion. It has its own bark texture, it has a different color, and of course all the trees come in different colors. You know, there's orange, there's yellow, and there's red, like a true fall forest, and it just makes the falling leaf ambience look super nice. I love this new falling leaf ambience in Minecraft. I really should start playing on newer versions. Anyways, so the tree itself is nice, but what about the poplar wood? I personally like this dark ashy gray color. Hold on, let me get a torch. I had to put a torch up there because you couldn't see the actual wood under the shadow of the tree, but the poplar wood honestly is really nice looking. It is this nice grayish brown color. That's the only way I would begin to describe it. I wouldn't describe it as white because that's what we have pale oak for. Honestly, the pale oak does go really well with the poplar wood. I could see this being great for gradients for all my incredibly skilled god level builders out there who talk about gradients and stuff. That stuff's all very overwhelming to me. But for those kind of people out there, I say this would be great for gradients and just overall color theory in Minecraft, which is very confusing to me. I like the way the door looks as well as the trapdoor. It's a nice variation to all the other door types we have. I just think it's nice. It's this nice cool color that will probably lend itself to all different sorts of possibilities. I don't really have much to say about it. I generally just think it's nice. And the tree is nice. It's not thrown together. It looks great. It holds up. The leaf texture is nice. The colors are nice. It's just great. That's all I have to say. They're just genuinely great. Okay, that being said, I am also going to put the poplar tree and its wood in the A tier just because I think it's an overall nice addition. You know, the tree is great and its wood is wonderful, and so I think it belongs solidly in A tier. Just overall a great item. Next on the topic of what exactly is in the Dappled Forest is the shelf mushroom. It would not be an autumn biome without one mushroom, since mushrooms are synonymous with autumn because that's one of their prime growing seasons. The dampness and cool weather of autumn is just perfect for mushrooms, and so this is where the shelf mushroom comes in, obviously. First impressions, I think it looks great. It has this wonderful honey color. It's textured really well. I love that you can stand on it and bounce on it. Can you imagine how nice this is going to be for chopping down trees? Like, all you have to do is place one of these bad boys down and just jump and you're good to go. One thing I wish was a thing was that they were stackable in the way candles and stuff are stackable, you know, just in the sense that you can have 4 in one spot. It'd be kind of cool if like there were randomized groups of shelf mushrooms on a tree, like there could be a bunch of 4 or 5 or something. Just clusters of one mushroom on a tree just kind of look odd in my opinion, and that's not also how these kind of mushrooms grow. It's probably not possible on a game design scale, but it would itch my brain really, really well. Otherwise, I think these are really nice. They add a certain kind of ambience to the biome, and they're just going to be great for adding a touch of detail to more nature-inspired builds. I mean, the amount of nature kind of blocks we're getting it from these updates is insane, you know? The cave update gave us moss and glowberries. You know, now we got mushrooms. Building with nature in Minecraft is getting easier and easier with each passing update. So aside from the fact that I wish they functioned like candles, I don't really see anything wrong with these. I'm going to say A tier for the shelf mushroom. Hopefully not everything we rank ends up in the A tier. But something else I want to quickly touch on before I move on from Dappled Forest is the red shrub, which is, I think, the only other plant other than grass and mushrooms that you see in the Dappled Forest. I kind of have a problem with this, mostly because it's just a red bush. There's no variation to it, it's just a red bush. It'd be kind of cool if, like, there were color variants just like the tree, or if even if they were brown. I don't like the dead bush if they were more of a brown color, just because I think it would contrast with the whole biome as a whole more, I think. I don't know, their bright flaming red looks a little odd to me, and they're so samey. I just don't know if I like them very much. It adds more insult to injury when it's like the only foliage in the actual biome besides the trees and the grass. And the mushroom, of course. Like, there's really no variety to them. And that kind of makes me upset as a person who loves plants in Minecraft and genuinely wishes Minecraft would add more. You had the perfect opportunity to, and all you gave us was a red bush. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the red shrub. This whole time I was calling it the red bush. No, it's a red shrub. Same thing. Basically, the same thing. A bush, shrub. What's the difference? Genuinely, what's the difference? I'm gonna put it in D tier. It's okay, I guess. It's not an F, but just like, I wish that wasn't the only plant in the biome. Alright, moving on from Dappled Forest, now on for the next section, which is the multicolored stairs, aka the wool and concrete stairs. I'm mostly focusing on the wool stairs, as you can see by my magnificent wool stair sculpture, but we'll also talk about the concrete stairs too. The addition of wool stairs to Minecraft was an addition that I did not know I needed until now. Think of it. Think of how many years you've spent making market stalls out of plain wool blocks. Think of how many years you've made like wool or concrete roofs out of just blocks and they look terrible. Well, no more. That is not a thing anymore. Now we have stairs and life is beautiful again. Genuinely, I can think of so many things you can do with just the wool stairs alone. Like I said, market stalls will be so much easier. Like, you can actually have a wider variety of nicer looking roofs because you can just make them with stairs in all colors of the rainbow now. It's amazing. I am mostly excited about the wool stairs. I didn't even know they added concrete stairs too, so those are kind of an afterthought for me, but I think those are great. I honestly see more value in the wool stairs, but that's probably because I haven't even built with any of these guys yet. I think as I continue my building journey in newer versions of Minecraft, I'll come to appreciate the concrete stairs too. I think now all we need is terracotta stairs, and then we can have full spectrum of stairs that we can use, which would be great. Honestly, nothing much to say about this other than this is a game changer that we all needed, and this is amazing. Genuinely, this is amazing. Never knew I needed this until now, but yes, this is awesome. For wool and concrete stairs, and slabs, we have our first S tier item. I will rate both combinations of wool slabs and wool stairs on the S tier. Genuine S tier item. Building has changed forever. Awesome. Next up is the straw bed. It feels so funny saying that out loud for some reason. Like, it feels so funny saying in your mouth. Straw bed, straw bed, straw bed. Sounds like strawberry. Straw bed, straw bed, straw bed. So this item is interesting, that's for sure. Honestly, it's a concept that explorers like me desperately crave. A bed that you can carry around with you while you're exploring that doesn't reset your spawn point when you sleep in it. That alone is a blessing. Genuinely. Think of all the times you're exploring with a bed and then you die in some way, and instead of being brought back to your home spot in Minecraft, you are teleported all the way back to spawn. And depending on where exactly you settled in your world, that could be a nightmare. So this is a game changer for all the explorers in this game. Like me. I love exploring, so this is a blessing. However, the fact that it breaks after you use it is a bit like, I don't know how much I like that. Not to mention they're made out of hay, which is expensive. It's nice that it gives you 4 when you make them, but it's still kind of dampens the thrill of having a portable bed, which sucks. I'm not trying to be negative here, but genuinely that kind of ruins it for me, the fact that they break. Also, my thing is, if we wanted a bed item that doesn't change your spawn point every time you use it, why did we just add sleeping bags? Genuinely. The option was right there. We could just add sleeping bags. They do literally the same thing, and we don't have to make a break after use, or at least that's how it works in the mods I use that have sleeping bags. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm a mod player, but my thing is, you were right there. You could have added sleeping bags, and instead we get a bed made of hay. I don't know what the thought process here was, but maybe I'm just biased. I could just be biased as a mod player. But aside from its questionable applications, outside of its use, I do agree that there could be some interesting building potentials that come from this. I'm not sure what exactly, but I could see very clever Minecraft builders using this in their medieval stable builds, or like in their castles or something. There's probably something you can use for it outside of its intended use. I'm still kind of mad about the fact that it breaks. I'm still not over that. And just, we could have had sleeping bags, but no, they chose the straw bed. Okay, anyways, I guess I would put this on B tier. Oh, that's glitched. Wow, that looks weird. Okay, anyways, I'll put this on B tier because it's a great item, great idea, but I don't like that it breaks after use. And sleeping bags. Sleeping bags. Next up is cushions, and in my opinion, one of the greatest things that could be added to this game besides the wool and concrete stairs and slabs. Because, like, genuinely, this is amazing. We've never been able to sit in Minecraft. Suddenly we can. Look at me. Look at me right now. I'm sitting on the ground on a comfy pillow. And I'm not in a boat. I'm not in a minecart. I'm not on a pig. I'm not using any kind of cheats or tricks to do this. I am sitting on the ground because of an actual game mechanic that lets you sit. It's incredible. This is amazing. For the first time forever, we can sit without mods. It's just great. This is a true S tier item. Aside from the obvious feature, the cushions themselves look really nice. They look really cute. I just love that they're little itty bitty cushions. I was going to say you can have your pet sit on them, but it kind of looks a little weird when a dog sits on it. Maybe that'll get fixed because that'd be really cool. If you could have them be pet beds for your pets. It looks a little funny. He's been engulfed by the white cushion. This poor little dog. Hope he's comfy. Anyways, I couldn't think of all the interior design ideas that could come from this. I've heard people say these would be great for bar stools, and I totally agree. Bar stools are so much more easier to make now. And just for making actual chairs, this is great. All you have to do is slap these down on one of your custom-made chairs, and you can actually sit in the chair, which is great. Gone are the days where we made couches out of stairs and had to squat on the chairs and pretend, only in our minds, that we were sitting. Gone are the days of weird dining room chair structures made of weird minecart and door combinations. Nope. Cushions. Cushions have made all our sitting dreams possible. In fact, while I'm here, let's see if I can try and make a couch. A pink couch out of this cushion.
5 minutes later.
Alright, here's my literal 5-second attempt to make several different kinds of couches. Here's the one with the stairs and the slabs, looks kind of flattened. Here's this one, and then here's the taller one. Genuinely, these look more like sofas than any weird stair combination ever could, and best of all, you can actually sit on your homemade sofa. It's amazing. I can sit on a sofa in Minecraft now. I just can't get over this. I can't get over this. So obviously cushions are going to go in S tier. We can finally sit in Minecraft. If you don't think these belong in S tier, you're crazy. Next up are the abandoned campsites, which unfortunately I can't make a demonstration for, so we're going to just kind of rely on whatever B-roll I record. Now, as a certified explorer in Minecraft, any addition of new structures is exciting for me, whether they're big or small or anything in between. So when I heard about the abandoned campsites, I was excited. Not just because of the fact that, you know, full stairs, but just because it's a new structure to explore. And I think it's a really compelling and interesting structure to add to the game. Why do I say that? Well, allow me to fully nerd out on you for a minute. It's no secret that the structures already in Minecraft kind of give a sense of there was a civilization before you, the player, and then something happened to make them disappear. We got this lost civilization sense from all the temples and the strongholds and the mine shafts. There is a sense that this world was lived in before you, possibly hundreds upon thousands of years ago. And then before you arrived, something happened to make these people disappear. And now it's only you in Minecraft exploring the remnants of this lost ancient civilization. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there on this feeling, this concept that Minecraft alludes to, this ancient civilization of people that just disappeared. Honestly, there's really nothing more to this, I don't think, than just cool structures full of loot. And it's also not talking about the villages and the pillager towers. The point I'm trying to say is that with most structures, minus the villages and the pillager outposts, they give this sense of ancientness to the Minecraft world. But with campsites, the abandoned campsites feel like a recent abandoned structure. Someone was here just before you were, and now they're gone. Recent is a broad term. This could mean anywhere between a few hours ago to a few days, to a few weeks, to even maybe a whole full year. But I feel like the presence of this still fully functional campsite means that there was someone here before you were. I don't know, I find the campsite really, really cool, just because it almost implies that there was someone else here before you, and this is just more remnants of someone who came before you. It's such a cool touch to add to Minecraft, in my opinion. I love the abandoned campsites. You know, they'd be great for spaces since they spawn in every single biome the game has to offer. If you are in desperate need of a shelter, you can just find an abandoned campsite and you got all the essentials. It's just great. It's just great all around. New structures, amazing. I'm all here for it. Thanks for enduring my rant about the hidden depth of Minecraft structures or whatever. Thanks for enduring that. I hope some of you guys stuck around to hear the end of it. I wasn't sure what item I could use for this, so I'm doing a white banner. Rant aside, I'm generally going to put the abandoned campsite in S tier because new structure, really cool new structure, amazing. This has been a positive video so far. There's been nothing in the F tier. That's great. That's great for Minecraft. So the final feature we'll be talking about today is the new Explorer maps, a feature which kind of confused me for a second and I had to do some research on it, but I think I understand now. And honestly, they're kind of cool. I did initially thought there were two different kind of maps, one that would lead you to structures and one that leads you to new biomes, but I was mistaken, so that's a little sad. But still pretty cool. So what does an explorer's map do, you might ask? Well, this new feature, it makes it easier to find structures in Minecraft. Apparently you find it in the chests under an abandoned campsite, and depending on what kind of explorer map you get will determine what kind of structure you'll find. There's a map for every single structure, including the newly added abandoned campsites and the ancient city, which will make hunting for abandoned cities much easier, because I'll be real with you guys, I've only seen one of these once in Minecraft. Not that I'm actively searching for these because I'm terrified of the warden, but I've generally only seen one of them. One. I think that'll change now. Like I said, I didn't hear of this feature until recently, but now that I have heard of it, it's honestly a really cool feature. Let's be for real here. This means the end of blindly searching for the structure you need, because so long as you have the right map for an abandoned campsite, you are good to go. As a fellow explorer, I could see this being really handy, especially when I need a certain structure in a hurry. I know that I have a game plan for how to find these structures. I just have to find the right abandoned campsite with the right map and then follow that map to my destination. It will make hunting for rare structures so much easier. Like I said, especially if you're in a hurry or you're not in the mood to go hunting through hundreds of deserts or dark oak forests for that one specific structure you need. Oh, so apparently we have these new music discs here. I was trying to look for a map item to use for the ranking board, but I never seen these guys before. I am really out of the loop when it comes to what happens in the updates beyond 1.21. So I don't know if these are like brand new music discs or if these have been here the whole time and I'm just stupid. Let me know in the comments below, I guess. These look cool. These look cool. I can't wait to hear them one day. Alright, so Explorer maps. Where would I rate these on? I think I'm going to say A tier for the Explorer maps because they are a great item. They're going to make exploring so much easier, but I'm disappointed that there's not biome ones like I thought there was. Like there wasn't going to be a map that helps you find a cherry blossom much easier, because that would be amazing. But that's okay. Explorer maps are just fine. I'm just a little disappointed about there not being biome variation ones. And I think with that is everything on the list of features I wanted to cover in this video. And that concludes our ranking. I am very pleasantly surprised at the fact that there's no F tier items. I think that's a good thing. This video has been nothing but positive, I think, which is great. Overall, I think this has been a nice and positive review, and I'm genuinely satisfied with everything that's added in this update. I don't have much to complain about, besides the points I mentioned, and I think this is just a great update. There's some great things added, and it's going to make Minecraft greater overall, which makes me happy. I love to see Minecraft continuously being updated, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. It's so awesome to see this game constantly changing over the years. It's just a wonderful thing to be around to see. I'm just happy. I'm happy with this update. I don't really have much negative to say. But that, I think, is going to be the end of this video. Thanks for sticking around to hear me rant about the newest update and its, in my opinion, on its features. Hope it's not too boring or weird of a video. Thanks for sticking around. If you like to see me do more content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and click on notifications so you'll be there when I upload again. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!